It's time, people. We are about to go full throated defense of our rights because, quite candidly, I'm not seeing a whole lot of it in my community. We're about to go down the road that they need to find resistance on because they are openly saying now that you need to change your rights. You need to have less rights than before because a criminal, a psychopath, acted. It's that simple. If you're down for this fight, if you want to actually stand up for your rights and you actually want to be part of a voice to resist this crap, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on because I'm not going to shrink away from an uncomfortable conversation, particularly around something as important as the rights of this and the next generation. And frankly, I would love to see more peers join the fight in this because silence in this type of environment is not a good look. I told you I'm going to come out spicy. Everything's linked. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Let's get into this, guys. You can follow me on X at Braden LOA. So what we're going to dive into now is a montage of a few clips that have accrued over the last 24 hours. We're going to go into full-on stupidity and not having any idea about anything about guns while you're claiming you're going to take them. We're going to look at Minnesota's gun laws, and then we're going to tear those asunder and all their little dreams and desires about taking your rights and taking the next generation's rights. And then we're going to go into some really damning clips that all of a sudden the mask slips down when they think they have the emotional advantage. They don't. We are going to win this, and we're going to go right now. Let's get it. And guys, on a personal note, I just want to say this. You know what? I'm going to go, this is a little bit of an important thing to say. The reason that I go pretty hard in these scenarios and quite honestly kind of stand alone out in the wilderness is because, amongst my peers, not anybody else, when you're looking at these types of things, they're demonizing you. They're saying that it's your fault. You should bear the brunt and the penalty of your rights for someone else's actions. That's not right. That's not correct. And I will not stand silent on it. I just simply will not. Let's get into this. So the first thing that I want to show you is someone that I touched on yesterday. This is the Minneapolis mayor, and he's full on pulling the emotional card of we need to take all the guns without saying take all the guns. But you know what's really helpful is when you actually know the words to apply. Watch this, and then we'll get into the real stuff. But this is just a good baseline that stupidity exists.
Have more guns in America than we have people. The reality is that we have these assault rifles that can reel off 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine before the person even needs to reload.
We have these assault weapons, which aren't real things, that can rattle off 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine before the person even has to reload. What the ever-living hell are you talking about? Hey, here's a question for you guys. Again, I told you I was going to go spicy because these people manipulate tragedy and the death of children to take rights from other children. Yeah, bottom of the barrel. So here's the thing. I remember very distinctly being lambasted and being told that if I have a differing view on pro-life or pro-choice, if I don't have a uterus, I don't have an opinion. If I can't personally understand what I'm talking about as a male, I'm not allowed to talk about it. But then for some reason, this jackass can go in here and openly say random words that have nothing to do with anything even remotely close to what he's talking about, and it's perfectly fine. He's an authority center. I'm going to keep doing it. We're just going to pour it on because, you know what? Someone's got to. Let's get it.
The reality is that these guns make their way into cities across America by the trunk. Have more.
Now, they're setting up something important. We're going to come back to it, but I want to keep on going on this because, you know, it's not the gun control that exists in Minneapolis that's the problem. It's the fact that they circumvent it. But that's not criminals. That's guns. All right, here's Minnesota. Let's just call it what it is. This is number 14 on Giffords.org. Turns out they have everything that they would want. Let's go ahead and look at the... Let's look at all the pieces of why they're number 14. Yeah, I know I'm leaving, and I'm excited I'm leaving because I despise these people. Here you go. We've got universal background checks and purchases to permit. We've got concealed carry permit requires. We have extreme risk protection law, which are red flag laws. We have no shoot first law, and we have secure storage or child access prevention laws. Well, assault weapons are prohibited, and auto sears, Glock switches are prohibited, and bump stocks are prohibited. You've got ghost guns. You've got high-capacity magazines prohibited. Weird. Because that guy just told me we can do 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine before even reloading. I don't understand how. Because again, you've got New York, and then you got Minneapolis, and now you got all these things. It's almost like that doesn't work, but you don't want to say it, so you want to make it about something else. Let's keep going. Giffords Law Center. I already showed you this one. Get out of that. Let me hit what's really driving my emotional response here. This is Giffords.org this morning. Gun violence is the #1 killer of kids in America, which is an overt lie. That's not true at all. Prayers alone don't stop bullets. Common sense gun laws do. Make sure you join our fundraising campaign. Everytown for Gun Safety yesterday. Please join our our fundraising campaigns. Let's make sure we make money on the tragedy. These are the people that you're fighting. All right, back to the point. Now that I've thoroughly laid that out. When they think that they have the emotional high ground, they will just pour it on. They will pour it on so hard and so thick because they think they can get away with it. Now, here's the little problem when you come out and say what the real monster behind the mask is. When you do things like this, you immediately set off exactly what you're asking for. Listen to this, because apparently you need to have no guns at all. No guns, zero, no rights. Watch.
I think it's either like you have to be honest and say what will actually work, which is what nobody wants to hear, which is that there are just simply way too many firearms and they're way too accessible. And even if
they're too powerful?
And they're too powerful. Even handguns, too. Again, that's why in Australia, it doesn't matter if it's not politically acceptable to say it. I'm not here as a politician or anyone who works in politics. I'm a journalist. Whether or not you like it, the only thing that really works, if you really wanted to bring down gun violence, was to do what Australia did and to do what many other countries in Europe do. I realize I will get so much hate mail over this. People will tell me that I'm a communist and all of these other things, and I'm so terrible, which also only reinforces the point, as I will definitely.
I don't care about your victimhood mentality. You're so brave, Spartacus. This guy literally just advocated to take all your guns away. These are the exact same people on the left who will say, you know what, we could stop global warming if we just killed all the people. If we just had less people, which is the cause of global warming, we would solve global warming. These people are psychos. Psychos. I have no problem saying it. Although this case, this guy's a communist. Yep. So now the mask slips. We're just going to go straight up Australia gun confiscation style. It's not politically expedient. Really, you sure felt confident enough to say it on MSNBC. We should just take all the guns, handguns, rifles, shotguns. It's amazing how they openly tell you when they think they have the emotional high ground, isn't it? But when they don't have the emotional high ground, it's, oh my God, just common sense for the children. Have you signed our fundraising letter yet? I'm just now getting started. All right, let's keep going. This is the mayor, the illustrious mayor of Minneapolis. This guy is the one, the combination between Beto O'Rourke and what's that guy's name? John Ossoff, the senator from Georgia. That little pajama boy lefty vibe. Listen to this. He's got some amazing points from Jen Psaki. Listen to what he says, and we're just going to tear this asunder too. Because it's a protected right, you little commie emotional tyrant. Now keep in mind, Minneapolis in Minnesota has all the gun control laws that I just said. Extreme risk protection orders, assault weapons are banned, or high capacity magazines are banned. You've got ERPOs, you've got ghost guns, you've got Glock switches, you've got bump stock bans. You got all the who's who of the gun control. But now the argument is not about that. You've got universal background checks, permitting to purchase. But don't talk about the existing laws. Why is it so easy to get a gun in this country? You've literally put in place all the gun control that the left and the Giffords.org and the Everytown have asked you to do, and it doesn't work because it's an issue with a human. It is not an issue with an inanimate object. I'll die on that hill. But don't worry. Ignore all the rules I've in place and focus on the emotions of why are there more guns than people in this country, because it's a right. Very simple. Again, we need more creators and more of my peers engaging in this battle. It is important. All right. I'm going to wrap with this. You know what's done out of love for our kids? The people who died for our rights, the people who put their name on a piece of parchment that would quite literally hang themselves and their families to give a better environment for a population of people outside of tyrannical control. I don't want any of these things to happen. They're awful things. But you maybe talk about the people that are circumventing every single gun law that you have exuded and you've pounded your chest on, except when they don't work, and then all of a sudden it's the guns problem. This is the slippery slope that they will have you slide right down on purpose. I genuinely hope more of my peers join in the chorus on this one, because we need to stand up to this when they think they have the emotional high ground, even when it's uncomfortable. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you join this fight, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden.